Now we're going to get into one of my favorite topics is people and always have a lot of questions. I'd like to tell you a little about myself. I'm the owner and founder of JJJ Investing Services. I've been teaching AIM investing for over 30 years. By my estimate, I've made people around $15 million during my lifetime so far, and I plan on making them a lot more in the future. As far as I can tell, I'm the only person teaching AIM plus LEAPS plus now ETFs and a couple of different ways of doing AIM besides the traditional Robert Lichello method. I publish a monthly newsletter that all my clients get for free. I've written several books, one of which I give away for free. I'd be glad to give you a copy if you'd like. I have written and published, along with the help of Brett, an online course that teaches you everything you really need to know about AIM and more for investors. So I tried to compile a good list of the most popular questions I get asked about AIM. And what are the best investments to use with the AIM method? This is the question I used to get asked the most when I'd be talking on the phone to investors who called me, or I would be doing other webinars. I finally came up with a solution to that. But basically, you're looking for securities, and that just means LEAPs or ETFs or even stocks sometime that have natural volatility. That means they have a high and low, say greater than 100%. Now you could do AIM with crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, all the ones out there. But you don't want to do it with short-term options because AIM sometimes needs a lot of time to recover. I just had a person who bought 26 options that I wanted to roll over months ago, but they were still way down in price, and it took over a year for them to become profitable again by buying more at cheaper prices. So that's the one drawback. If you go with the leveraged ETFs, you have no problem because leveraged ETFs never expire. Robert Lichello only used AIM with stocks because he invented AIM in the 1970s and LEAPS did not exist. But AIM works far better with volatile investments than calm investments. I used to have people complain, I don't do AIM because I never get a buy or sell. Well, I guarantee you will get lots of buys and sells with ETFs and with stocks. With LEAPs on stocks. Just for example, I had one person buy the Tesla ETF, and in 2 months, he's had 10 sells and 4 buys, and he's up from 40,000 to about 83,000 in 2 months. So you will get plenty of action with AIM. And the beauty of ETFs also is they have no commissions. So those 14 trades were free, cost him nothing. Why do I love LEAPs? Only the best companies have LEAPs. There's roughly 450 stocks out of 6,600 that are actively traded around the world that have LEAPs. They have a leverage. You can only buy LEAPs or any options in the form of contracts, and one contract equals 100 options. So if an option is trading for $5, you would have to buy one contract for $500 to be able to do it with lean AIM, which I'll talk about later. On average, the volatility of a LEAP is 3 to 5 times the volatility of the stock. So if Apple stock goes up 2%, the Apple LEAP is probably up 8, 9, or 10%. It's easy to find LEAPs with high trading volume. One of the best ways is to subscribe to my 2 LEAPs lists, which only costs you $95 a month. You get current leaps and ETFs that are good to trade, and it makes your searching for a good next buy very easy to do. The profits are much higher than AIM with stocks. And to me, leaps on quality stocks like Microsoft, Apple, Google, NVIDIA are very, very safe. And the secret to the high profits with AIM, with leaps, or ETFs is compounding prior profits. That's one reason my client grew from 40,000 to 83,000 on Tesla, because we kept compounding the profits. So future buys become larger and larger number of ETFs. And so the more you trade, the more you make. So you're going to get higher long-term profits. It doubles as an emergency fund. And again, you're only risking half of your portfolio at any time on very safe stocks with leaps.
What kind of returns can AIM plus leaps give you?
Here's one of my model portfolios from my newsletter I publish monthly. All I have time to do is check the prices once a month on these. As of June, it's up 2,621%. And this is over a 17-year period from August 06 to June 25. You see a couple of them, one of them is down, Merck. These would be the ones I'd be recommending you buy right now, because the damage has been done. Merck will recover. It's a good pharmaceutical company, whatever. I get some of my ideas for my leaps lists right from my model portfolios when I see what's down. And American Airlines has been down forever, but I'm a glutton for punishment. I can afford to have one that I think will rally later in the future because I have so many very successful ones. Look at Apple. Apple started with 72,000. By compounding all your prior profits for 17 years, just checking the price once a month, it has grown from 72,750 to 5,597,000, 21,000%. You know, wouldn't you like to tell people you had a 213 times bagger in your portfolio? Let me show the next slide here, because there's other ways to show it. Okay. This is the lovely gentleman named Mark Donahue and his lovely wife. Mark started in January 2020 with just under $554,000. By January it had grown to more than 1.7 million. He had a profit of 1,250,000. He sent me this list showing how he did on a monthly basis. He had months, it's a little hard to see, but in July, for example, he made $187,500 profit. That's pretty amazing. So you can look at his ending balance. You see he started over here, and it just grew and grew and grew. Started 564. Now he's 1,000,004 in October, by October, and it got even better further on. So long-term, AIM has always shown very, very high profits. This was a profit in 1 year of 217%. And again, I urge you to learn more about AIM, and I cover many topics I have never had time to cover in the webinars. There's 9 hours of video content. AIM, it'll take you from zero to hero and profits. You learn the philosophy, strategy, and tactics of AIM investing. You get detailed mechanics. I explain every one of the 13 columns on the spreadsheet thoroughly. You get blank spreadsheets to download. You get real-time walkthroughs of detailed AIM calculations. You get real-time screen sharing of placing limit buys and sells, modules for specific improvements, and then tax advantages for business owners, tax saving strategies with Roth, and how AIM can even work well with any cryptocurrency. It works well with anything you can break into units and trade. And if you're not sure you want to buy my AIM course, why don't you go to my website, jjjinvesting.com, and you can access the first 3 modules of the course for free. And here's an extra incentive. You're placing your money at no risk because I'm offering 100% money back satisfaction guarantee if you don't feel the course is for you. You get lifetime access once you purchase. You can take as long as you want to watch it as many times as you want to. So to me, it's a great bargain. This is the best thing you can offer your children and grandchildren, in my opinion, is the ultimate successful side hustle. I've permanently reduced the price 50% off. I used to sell it for $990. I reduced it permanently to $495. Again, 100% money back satisfaction guarantee anytime. You benefit from my entire 30 years of learning, doing, and teaching AIM investing. I mean, if I was able to learn and invent this, you certainly can learn it from me. And I've taken years off your learning curve by doing this. And I am basically the only person in the world teaching AIM plus sleeps plus ETFs. So if you don't buy mine, you won't buy anybody. So I hope you strongly consider this as a way to have a good life and retirement in the future. Here is my contact information. You can always email me at jeff@jjjinvesting.biz. You're welcome to phone me 7 days a week up till roughly 9 o'clock at night. You'll always get me when you call. You will not get voicemail ever. I hate voicemail. And again, when you go to my website, jjjinvesting.com, you'll find AIM articles. You can buy my books. You can, and again, I have several videos up on the website too. So take a couple hours and explore my website, and you will see my fees for management, the newsletter, everything are very, very reasonable. And look at my page of compliments I've gotten from people through the years. You make people $15 million, they tend to compliment you a lot. And remember, if you have further questions about AIM investing, I want you to call me or email me